Oh, so I think I'm live again. Apparently, so typically my typical policy with buffering is, or my typical viewpoint on buffering is that if I start to buffer, then whatever I'm saying isn't meant to be heard. And then, so I'm reading through the dream, and then I notice it's buffering, and then it's still buffering, and it's still buffering, and I get on my phone, and I'm like looking at the video. And I'm like, okay, so I guess this is over. The rest of this, I guess I'll unpack by myself. I guess not everything is necessarily meant to be shared, question mark. But the two cards for the thumbnail, it's a 444. 31 and 44. The woman holding a heart and the door to value. The man holding a heart was on the table. And I accidentally just put it in reverse. Contract, goddess of the moon, man holding a heart. Woman holding a heart, value. Something is like I typically view the contract card as something that needs to be fulfilled in order for something else to happen or in order for something to be dispersed. That's typically how I view it. And with the door to value and the woman holding a heart, and with the dream goddess of the moon and the man holding a heart, sounds like something is being fulfilled in some space. So I'm just gonna come and get a final message from these cards, I guess. I could have just shut that down and ended the last one, but I feel like I had to explain a little bit. Also, when I was going live, when I was like setting up the thing, like putting in the title, doing the thumbnail, also today is not the 11th. The internet cut out. I was like, that's weird. So I had to like reconnect to the internet. Like somehow my little Wi-Fi adapter, I guess, just shut itself off. So final message, last card. There we go. Ooh, the Ten of Pentacles. And what immediately comes to mind is many hands make light work. Oh, look, there's the Eye of Horus on this hand. That hand goes to the Eye of Horus. This hand goes to the Owl, which is Athena energy. And I don't know what these other two are. One of them looks like a coconut tree, palm tree. And then the Six of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So that's gorgeous energy. Feels like we're getting it. This also feels like there's some snake that's about to become a Quetzalcoatl. It feels like that distilled light as it passes into the beaker is going to cause a reaction within the snake that's going to give it its wings. And it's a space of victory. So it's earned them. Ten of Pentacles. Excuse me. Look too far. An offer of a promotion or an advance in career is made. Partnership and joint efforts indicate cooperation by the many hands in a harmonious union. Material wealth comes to a new dimension, where consciousness and wisdom lead to higher levels of knowing. Attention moves beyond the waking reality and addresses the great questions, especially death, reincarnation, and eternal life. The circular mandala sits within a square, demonstrating the Jed pillar of stability, the inner eye of knowledge and healing, the wisdom of the owl, and the strength and resurrection of the great bird of the soul. The hands joined in the center symbolize union and balance, which create higher levels of consciousness. The gift of healing flows through communication and respect for all aspects of being. The seeker has arrived at a happy, secure place. Family life yields the fruits of stability and love. Career is crowned by success, freeing the seeker from financial worries. It is time to look back at the road that led to this place of peace, security, and happiness, honoring the journey and all those who played a role in it, as well as recognizing the challenges and hard work that was needed to arrive here. It is time to remember the past while giving thanks for the present, placing oneself in the hands of destiny for continued blessing. And the Six of Wands, which looks so interesting. Here we go. The joy of creation reaches the ultimate alchemical level. The vessel contains the serpent of wisdom rising from the creative egg, the orb of the innocent. The earthly hand is covered in the green foliage of growth as creativity is fully embraced and experienced. Self realization is evident as the vessel rests upon the sickle, which cuts through the illusions of waking reality to reveal truth. All moves forward in harmony with the rational and the intuitive. Life is a joy. Work is a delight. Balance is met as the flowers of love rise from the full moon of intuitive knowing. One reaches the state of happiness when one accepts who they are, embracing their gifts fully and pouring the fruits of their labor into their pursuits. The orb of the innocent can now burst forth with self knowing, seeing what is possible, understanding the true nature of being and the interaction with the cycling motion of time. The alchemical vessel carries life. Children are birthed, the womb is fertile, and increases are present everywhere. Life multiplies. The ripe burgundy grapes on the right hand side of the card demonstrate the sweetness of the harvest. Life is sweet where there is balance, where one cuts through the illusions of the temporary discord and folly, settling comfortably in the home of love. Ah, and temperance. Temperance is behind this card, talking about alchemy and life and happiness and healing and stuff like that. And then here's temperance, which is alchemy. Under temperance is the Lady of Wands. Okay, work. Love that energy. And then I'll get a final energy oracle card. I can't believe the video just shut down. I was going in on that dream. Something happened between the start of the dream and the final challenge that I completely forgot about. Like I thought it was a different dream. I don't know if you heard what it was or not, and I'm not gonna try to share it because if it was meant to be shared, then the video wouldn't have started buffering like crazy. Or maybe it's something that we go to later. Maybe it'll load. I don't know. I don't think I've ever buffered that hard, that consistently. All right, final energy oracle card. The door to value. Makes sense. Been seeing the door to value a lot with hostilities at the bottom of the deck. The door to value was the 4, hostilities is an 8. Oh, the door to value was a 4, hostilities is an 8, and it's 4:08 p.m. Look at that. I don't know what that means, but there's that if you want it. I need to stop. I'm trying to stop messing with my hair as much. So 31. Oh, it's actually pretty close. So the door to value. This is new beginnings in finance or career. This card upright, or this card shows a door with a gold coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. Money, coins, and jewels fly toward you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. All of this points to the potential for exciting new beginnings or expansions where work or money are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally unexpected, or perhaps it's something you've been working toward for quite a while. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may be open to you now. Remain conscious and creative and get ready to step through the door. The affirmation here is my life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. The river of abundance flows freely through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. Prosperity was one of the cards that came out with the wisdom of Lord Ganesha last time I used them, I believe. And then hostilities at the bottom of the deck and the temple path. The temple path is 12, under 12 is 21. the temple path, and strategy, opening to the door to personal healing and happiness. So, whatever these hostilities are in this space of increase, in this space of potential for abundance, whatever those hostilities are, it's almost like it's strategically placed along your path to lead you to some greater happiness and healing. And then the man holding a heart sits on the other side of the door to personal healing and happiness with Archangel Metatron. Or is that, yeah, with Archangel Metatron, the third eye chakra, brow chakra, sixth chakra. So that's like, I feel like, again, that's a little bit of that energy of like the transmutation of devil energy, where it no longer sort of takes us off path and no longer knocks us out of alignment. Instead, it strategically puts us even closer into alignment. Like all of the challenges that I've experienced in the past solid year of my life has only served to get me closer and closer to who I am today. And honestly, there was a point in March where I made the decision. I was like, there's too much love here for me to let this devolve into anything. There's too much love here for me to do anything less than become the best version of me that I can be. I'm not going to let this opportunity go to waste. No way. I am not going to allow this to go to waste. So, regardless of what happens, I'm not going anywhere. Nowhere but forward, onward and upward, as they say, right? Hostilities. This is defenses up and aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword to in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities toward you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out and out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because the hostile energies are now apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time, but whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. The affirmation here is I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. So, setting boundaries, there could also be, with this door to value opening, there could be some energies that feel entitled to you for some reason, or entitled to a piece of what it is that you're coming into. Honestly, it may be a little bit of that envy energy that came out earlier that may be behind it. Because it's like, ooh, look, there's the sun. I wouldn't even, honestly, I wouldn't be bothered myself, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, there's a space of something that you continue to do while someone else chose something different. And now that they're going to see your payoff, or now that they're seeing your payoff, or now that they're seeing the fruits of your labors are starting to be made manifest in this Ten of Pentacles, whatever this energy is coming there are sometimes when we can't be well, we are, but we're more likely or more liable to express our own disappointment, frustration, or anger with self in a way that sort of pokes and prods at someone else, right? So instead of us taking an accountability and responsibility for what we didn't do or for what we did do, we direct that towards someone else and we may get a little hostile. But the hostile energy, like the hostilities, it's not yours to take, right? We're all responsible for our own choices and decisions. And if someone else made a choice or decision to do something different, in that moment, then that's on them. That's their responsibility. And it's fairly interesting that a lot of times we as people can be quick to be jealous of someone's success, but we don't envy all of the hard work that it took them to get where they are. Right? And it's like, well, sometimes you can't have one without the other. And if we did our own work, then we would find our own success. We would be in the space of our own abundance. Ace of Cups and Six of Wands is the other half of the deck. This half of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles and the Spirit of Swords. See, it required some kind of, excuse me, transformation. There was probably some tower moments in the brain, some neurological re-networking, and it required an ability like from this transformation to find and seek and pursue the beauty. That's how we end up in the Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. But again, maybe in the space of hostilities, you learn to set healthy boundaries, or you learn to stand up for yourself in a way that without this opportunity, it's almost like you wouldn't have. It's almost like maybe something had to become a little bit extreme for you to finally do what you need to do in terms of, again, setting those boundaries, or in terms of you learning or knowing what it is that you're going to learn or know. And it's not for you to downplay or sell yourself short because you had the courage and motivation and drive to do what it is that you were led to do when you did it. And it's not for you to feel responsible for even helping someone else. You can, and we can guide and we can be there. But at the end of the day, responsibility falls on all of us to do what we need to do. And the divine has been speaking to a lot of people. Everyone who I've talked to since the beginning of 2020, literally every person, regardless of the arena, whenever they've asked for my opinion or asked me something or whatever, every single person has already known what it is that they need to do. And it's a willingness or not to actually do it, to actually begin, to actually do something different. Confirmation is nice. But again, it's pretty much every single time the person has already known. So that's why I say that, even when it comes to sort of like guiding people, if that's what we can do, it's not our responsibility because the divine is already doing that. Their spirit, their conscience, their whatever is already telling them what they need to do. It's just a matter or not of whether it's going to be done. And at the end of the day, we can't do anything for anyone, especially anything that they're not willing to do for themselves. So it is a bit unfortunate, but it's not for us to sacrifice or delay what is coming to us that is for us, that needs us to carry it forward. So with that, I hope you all have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. And I will see you next time I see ya. Bye.